Greetings, people of the internet. Today I will be taking a look at the Premium Series Transformers 2007 Ironhide. This will be a redo of the old original video back from a year ago. I hope you enjoy it. Ironhide here transforms into a GMC Topkick 4x4, which in itself is a very beastly looking truck. It can roll pretty well, and it has a lot of nice new details compared to the original release, which I sadly don't have. The original release didn't have these like frosted windows. This was also I don't know what to call it. Navy dark, maybe navy blue. No. Don't hold my word for it. It also didn't have this giant Autobot symbol on the hood. The headlights weren't blue; they were white instead. This was black. I think it didn't also have some details like these backlights. I think it had backlights, but I'm not sure. But then it didn't have this GMC here, and the wheels were all black instead of the compared to the rims here, which are now silver. As I said, it rolls pretty well. It's really well, actually. Here's the undercarriage. Now it has these cannons of his, which you can basically remove, and that sort of cleans it up, but leaves that little poking out of the arms down, which kind of stinks. We'll hold this off to the side now. But I think it clears up the vehicle pretty well, if you ask me. So I don't know what to compare them with. All my figures are in robot form, sadly. This will have to go without a comparison. Either way. You all came here to see the toy. Let's get to it then. The first thing that you want to do is untab the sides here and on this side. Come on. Very carefully. There we go. And then basically pop these out. No, not that. Basically force them out. Well, not force them out, but come on. Do that. Now, you come here. These side panels, you move them back and swing them forward. Same thing this side. Now, I would recommend removing this roof part, which, just give me a moment, and it clears up the transformation really well instead, so you don't have to fiddle with it. It's removable. I will come back to it later. Back to the side now, you go. The next thing you want to do is come down here, untab. Let me flip up the camera first. Untab the arms and flip them forward. Let me raise it just a tad again so you can see what I'm doing and the camera doesn't fall. There we go. Fold them out into basically this shape. This champion position. Flip this piece down and rotate it. Now, the arms will move down and rotate, as well as the underarms, the forearms, technically, pardon me. Same process here. You come down here and you tap this, and it's a bit of a stiff connection. There we go. And then simply put this peg into this hole. Like that. Untab the legs, like so. Flip out the arm, flip out the feet, and activate the automorph. This is basically automorph. As you can see how it just forms around. Then flip out the head like this. Join the arms together. I said join the arms, not do that. Fold up the doors. Come down here and flip this piece out forward, or well up, and then simply do that. So now here's Ironhide in his bot form. Let me just return the cannons. This cannon goes to this arm, and this cannon goes onto this arm. There we go. And to complete the transformation, you come back to this to this roof part. You want to be very careful with this, since as you can see this is clear plastic. You can fold this up like this, I think, and then do some wiggling to get it sort of this shape into this sort of position, and then you can attach it. But what I like to do is simply reverse what I did with the windshield and have this basically hang. This piece here basically hang. Which then you want to do is come up here and hold on. And basically I'm trying to have you look at it. Shit. And then basically just not do that. Come on. There we go. There. So you have the entire robot form now. Ironhide in his robot form reveals a lot more new details that were not there before. Like this gunmetal gray here on the thighs, on the shins here, on the feet. All of which, except for these parts, were all black. And for the underarms here too, yeah. Which were all black. Which it basically mudded the toy a lot. If you ask me. And if I were to have the original toy for the comparison here, you could see the differences. Maybe in editing I'll just post a picture so you can see the differences. So yeah, he looks nuts. He looks awesome. He looks beastly and amazing and just mwah. His head is also different compared to the original release. The original release had painted over eyes. This one also has, but the thing is, it has light piping, which I will get to further in the video. And for some reason, it worked, but it was weak. The painting and the sculpting basically is vastly different. The sculpting is the same, but the painting is just miles better than the original. Something I didn't notice until now is his mouth is actually painted too. I don't know if you can see it. See how it has that gunmetal gray that the rest of the body has? Pretty neat. Here's the front Here's the side. Which, coming back to this now, if I were to have it in this position, as I previously showed you, it would jut out a lot like this. But this cleans it up neatly, so if you were to like push it down, so if you were to lay him down, like so, he is laying down, he's not laying on it. He's not laying on the piece here, you know? Which I think is pretty neat. Just admire some more details, which are pretty neat. Yeah, another difference is this gold here, which was not on the original. This centerpiece here was also that darker grayish, which now is the gunmetal version. There we go. So yeah. I think it's time for the posability segment. Don't you think? His head can do a full 360, but it's currently being blocked by the... See? It's currently being blocked by the thing on the back. His arm moves out, moves in. There's a bicep swivel, a 90 at the elbow. His fists can move too, which is pretty neat on its own. So you can basically have him posed. Come on. So you can basically have him posed, looking like this, prepared for action. I can't speak. Bah. Either way. The waist transformation doesn't really count. The waist thing that you saw me flipping over doesn't really count as posability because it flips this piece. This piece is supposed to be the center front. So if I were to like move it again, it would move as well, and I don't want to deal with that. The leg can kick this forward, can kick back this much. It can move out. If you were to fill a little with the back, you can move out this much. There's a above the knee swivel, a very nice 90 bend. It even goes a little further than 90. That, and no toe articulation, nothing at the bottom there, sadly. Most of the toy is friction joints, except for the arms here and the thighs. Well, technically not the thighs, but the hips. So yeah. Let's do his accessories now. His accessories are these cannons, as you saw earlier. And if I were to remove this one and come here with this one, if I were to combine them, lock them into place, and basically shoot them out, basically that's their whole function. And another neat thing is you can place it back on the arm, which has, and then he can wield, if only he wanted to move, he can wield this super mega death cannon. You can see him properly. There we go. He can wield the super mega death cannon, which is just, this is peak. Trust me, this is just peak. Shit. The camera's moving. Damn it. Stop! Stop moving! For fuck's sake. Either way. His accessory is also this back thing I showed you earlier, but I don't really count it more as an accessory. It's more of a part, which is necessary for the bot form, I guess. Why is it out of shape? Why is it out of line? I don't like that. Either way, let me remove this now and just remove it back. If you were another neat thing I want to mention with the cannons, if you were to have a separate if you were to have a separate Ironhide, either there's fireworks going off for some reason. If you were to have the original release or the off-road version or another premium version, or the Revenge of the Fallen versions, which basically use the same mold but different cannons, you could use them on Ironhide. Why are they firing fireworks? What the frick? Either way, posability segment was done. I'm stupid. Either way, size comparison. For the size comparison, here's the Deep Space version of Starscream, which is part of the Premium Series line, but released under a different name for some reason. So, there's that. Now we'll keep it in this segment. He has light piping of sorts too, as I mentioned. Long-time viewers know that it's basically just a clear piece of plastic drilled in the back of the head. But his is weak, relatively. If you were to take another source of light, like my other phone here, if you were to use it, you can see it. You can see it barely. You can barely see it. You can barely see it work. So yeah, he has light piping, and it's awesome. His toy is awesome in general, compared to the other toys of the line. So I would think that would be it regarding Ironhide. I probably missed some talking points here and there, but I'll just most likely add it in reshoots, I guess. So I hope you enjoyed this relatively, I think it's a very relatively short video, but either way, I hope you enjoyed the video. Like it, share it, whatever. I'll see you all on the next one. Bye bye.